Good afternoon, class. I am on my way to Dubuque for a basketball game, so have this video quick for you to review from yesterday. We have A over W. A is the part, W is the whole, equals P over 100. P is the percent, always out of 100. One of the other things that I always talk about is over of in the problem equals percent over 100. So 3 is 75% of 4, as you can see. So one of the things that we wanted to do today is just to make sure that we could set these up. So when I see is, I'm going to be able to use the 20%. So what number is my x of 60 is over 60, and that equals 20 over 100. There's a lot of different ways that I can solve this. I could do 100x equals 1200. I can divide by 100 and I could get x equals 12. I could also simplify this to 2/10 and then take it times 6 on both and get my answer. So more or less I'm worried about us getting them set up right in that proportion. So when I see the second one, I've got 35 is. I know that's going on the top because it's is. Is what percent? I don't know what percent, but I do know it's always out of 100, is 70. When I look at this part right here, I see that that is a simplified fraction of 1/2, so I know that x equals 50. In the third one, 51 is, that's going to go on top. 102%, 102 over 100, of what number? I don't know that. I've got this. This one I would have divided by 2 to get my answer, so x would equal 50 in this case. Question number 4, what number is 80%? So I see 80 over 100, of 130, of goes on the bottom, so I've got x, and then I can solve my answer. Again, I could cross multiply. I would simplify this to 8/10, times that by 13, so I would get x equals 104. Again, any of these variables could be different, so this could be w, x, a, whatever you want. Number 5, 72 is, so 72 goes on top. Of 100 is what percent? I don't know, out of 100. Again, this one's pretty simple, so x equals 72. And finally, 44 is 55% of what number? And it looks like that. When I simplify this, I would divide by 5, so I'm going to get 11 over 20, which gives me times 4, so in this case, x equals 80. And I've got that answer. One of the questions that people have had problems with on the homework deals with number 14. What percent of 8x is 5x? So when I set this up, is 5x over 8x of equals percent. I'm not sure what percent, but I do know it is out of 100. So here's how I set this up. If I take any number for x, I could simplify this right now, and I would simplify that to 5 over 8 because x divided by x is 1, or they cancel out. So x 5 over 8 equals the percent over 100, and then I can end up solving that. And I will get 8x, or 8%, equals 500. When I divide by 8, I get x equals 62.5. So you can see in this answer, it doesn't matter that the x's are there. We can just simplify those as well. Similarly, this is a problem that is also for number 14. We can set this up as a proportion. Is, I don't know, so I'm going to actually undo that, and I'm going to call it question mark, over 80x is equal to 65 over 100. Hopefully from the last question that you understand that there will be an x in here, and then we will just have a number, so these are going to cancel. So basically what I have is something over 80 equals 65 over 100. When I do cross multiply, I end up getting 100 question mark equals 5,200. When I divide by 100 on both sides, I get question mark equals 52. 52 is not my answer. My answer is actually 52x because my whole thing is 80x. So my answer of what is 65% of 80x is 52x. The next thing that I've got for you is I'm going to have the teacher hand back the tests. While this is going on, I am going to have you open up Canvas, go to the Pre-Algebra 7 course, and then go to Modules, and I'll be back shortly. Hopefully you can see on your Chromebook that you have the module from this. You can see at the bottom there's an hour of code choice board. Please click on that. When you click on that, you will notice if you scroll down just a little bit, you will get a Google Doc link. Please click on that Google Doc, and you should see this hour of code. This is the Northwest Junior High Hour of Code for 2019. There are many different activities that you can do. There is a dance party, there is a Minecraft, there is Star Wars, there is some code combat, there's a lot of other things. What I want you to do with the rest of this class period is to just play around on it. You can see some different things using that. There are tutorials. Make sure that you pick an activity and try it. Most start out easy and they quickly become more complicated, so don't skip steps. You can kind of see on Wednesday I will do some coding from the dance party so that you can see some of that, and hopefully you'll be able to have a little bit of fun with the dance party and the coding. So you'll have the rest of the time to do this. The homework for today will be turned in tomorrow, and enjoy coding. See you tomorrow.